that game on Tower Control Ship Shape, that was the first game that they have lost today as well. So both teams coming in with a perfect and near perfect record respectively. So it's going to be two teams that are playing hot, hot, hot. And I'm excited to see where this set goes.
Yeah, for sure. The records do speak for themselves right here as well. And checking just day one as well, Anarchy Stars have not dropped a single set as well. They did drop a few games during day one, but hey, day one is an endurance test. Day two is a stamina test, is what I like to call it from back when I played Low Ink. But hey, starting out on ship-shaped zones right here, I'm a little afraid for Anarchy Stars, given how well Splat Zones was played. We'll come up with a name later in the last set there, DRF.
Yes, and you know, you talked about day one actually, and I want to go back to that real quick because we'll come with a name later, was also on top of their group in day one. They went 5-1, so they did drop the set. So, you know, it does seem like that on paper right now, Anarchy Stars has had the momentum all weekend long. We'll come with the name later, has just been one step behind, but this is the first time that these two teams will face off in this tournament, and it really could not be a better set stage. Ship-shaped cargo, we've seen it already a couple times today, but you know, not on Splat Zones. So I am so eager to see these two teams finally duke it out, because this feels like it was kind of a very slow train collision in the works over the past 2 days, and we're finally here to see the top two teams thus far go at it.
Yeah, for sure. Just now, I would like to say day one is a completely different Ray from day two, and it all comes down to how you play it out. And we're going to get this started here. Game number one, Splat Zone Ship-Shaped Cargo Co. Both these teams locked in loading, seeing weapons that we've seen previously on the cast right here. Let's get this started here, DRF.
I love the double bucket out of the Anarchy Stars. I think that this is going to be a lot of fun to watch as a bucket enthusiast myself. But it's going to be that Reef Slider mixed with the strikes that's going to make this combination so lethal. But it's the Crab from Mayhem that is causing a lot of havoc early on and making it a little bit difficult for Anarchy Stars to move up, but somehow they hold on to the zone despite all of that, and Anarchy Stars now really just ready to run this one down.
Yeah, for sure. Anarchy Stars doing a brilliant job trying to clear space ahead of each other, but you gotta watch down the roller. Every time it comes down, someone will get struck in and smitten down, like it's Coliseum or something else of that matter. But we're already seeing just how quickly, we'll come up with a name later, even though they're a disadvantage for a good chunk of the start right there, already coming back with a spawns of their own, but they Crab Tank coming out, sliding the pencil out there, a crucial pick now, and now they're looking, this roller's looking for a way to slowly inch forward. I'm a little worried if I'm Anarchy Stars here, Dira.
Well, they do have two specials at the ready, Booyah Bomb and the Trip Strikes, as they're going to be unleashing them both here, but not able to find a whole lot of value. Pushed back, we'll come with a name later, just a little bit, but they didn't get Still in Love, who's able to counter with two picks of their own. It's going to be Miku trying to make something happen now, able to trade out with Mayhem. The Reef Slider is going to come in as well to secure the zone, make sure that nobody from Will Come With Name Later dives on in. So that's going to be Anarchy Stars back in control, Still in Love, playing very aggressive, maybe just a little too aggressive, and now there's a lot of pink ink in the middle of this map, Neptune.
Yeah, a lot of pink ink right here. The penalty is broken through right now, and Anarchy Stars is looking to set up right here. The first Booyah going to be, I believe, held for just a little bit right here. Just say, come on, do something. And then strikes also get invested as well as this Reef Slider to shut down any momentum right here, but the picks are happening back and forth, allows the lead to be able to swap right here, but they still manage to hold it, DRF.
A big play there by Miku, who was able to space that perfectly. And now it's going to have to come down to Mayhem and Astro trying to paint the zone. It's a 2v2. Both members of both teams diving into mid, trying to make sure that they don't die. And somehow, some way, we'll come with a name later, able to find just the right amount of ink to secure that zone. And once again, tack on a 66-point penalty.
you know you're in desperation mode when the leader gives up the ability to give picks and just starts mashing that ZR button to get as much pain as possible right there. Mayhem working alongside their teammate right there to just keep them in this game is absolutely crucial. And now Astral is set up right here and looking for picks right now. It just comes down to whether or not the shots will land and if they land at the right time here.
It's gonna come down to the wire as this scoreboard continues to tick away. It's gonna be the reach slider that comes in to neutralize the zone, but it's not enough to flip it. We'll come with a name later, trying to hold on, painting for their lives. Everybody clashing into the zone now. It's Mayhem in mid, and Anarchy Stars holds on, flips the zone, and retains the lead.
Oh my goodness, this is what scares me if you see a Dread Ringer on zones, because instantly the zone could be potentially flipped or near flipped if it gets invested on that zone, if you let it anywhere near here. And Anarchy Stars managed to play off that chaos to stay in this one here as well. It's just a little bit difficult as each time they try and push through, the penalty slowly seems to get lower and lower here. We do have a Crab Tank online here from Mayhem, who's biding their time right here, trying to stop that Reef Slider from going forward as well. But look at Anarchy Stars. They got 3 specials, no, nearly 4 specials online here, ready to rock and roll.
They're gonna utilize them slowly to move up. The trip strike's a little bit short of the zone, but it's Fem that's able to pop the Reef Slider. And once again, we kind of do a bit of an exchange of zones. 30 seconds to go. Anarchy Stars starting up again. We'll try to work through this penalty, hoping for a knockout before this game ends.
Oh my goodness, you can hope and pray for a knockout all you want, DRF, but you're gonna have to get through some very strong main weapons, particularly with the Booyah Bomb being invested already, as well as the strikes a little early right there. 1-for-1 trades going out right now. It's just the Sticker Stamper and the Pencil alive to potentially cap this zone right here. And if a leader finds a pick right here, that could be the dagger, but take it away, DRF, overtime.
It is overtime, 20 seconds on the penalty, but 3 go down. We'll come with the name later. Anarchy Stars keeps perfection alive in day 2 by taking game number 1.
Yeah, for sure. Just wow. Back and forth, textbook definition. I see a picture of this game hung up on the wall right there on that textbook.
It was such a thrilling game, back and forth all game long. It felt like such a long 5 minutes. And I'm sure for those teams, it felt even longer. As when you hold control of the zone in these types of games, it feels like that penalty ticks away so slowly. And when your opponent suddenly grabs control of the zone, you're like, oh shoot, they're suddenly almost out of the penalty. It goes in the blink of an eye. Time just completely warps in these thrilling back and forth Splat Zones games.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely an investment right there just to be able to hold on to the zone for so long and go into overtime as well. I think both these teams had what they needed to basically knock out, but it always comes down to someone slipping through or crucial picks coming out at just the right time that allowed them to be able to stay through right there. But Anarchy Stars comp right there with the Dread being able to insta-cap zone as well as the strikes, they have ways to just essentially force, we'll come up with a name later, to either overly invest resources near zone or not allow enough, not get enough resources to stop them in time as well. And this is kind of an interesting dynamic here. I wanted to bring this up earlier, but Anarchy Stars has that oh-so-critical cooler that allows more opportunities and more specials to be clicked at the end of the day, while Will Come With A Name Later has more selfish weapons that are very good at fighting and doing what they do. It's just when one goes down, the whole puzzle starts to fall apart there, DRF.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good point that, Anarchy Stars, I feel like that they had a lot better of a composition of specials that allowed for a great balance of re-entry and aggression, whereas Will Come With A Name Later, it was definitely a much more slower paced set of specials, especially because, you have things like the Wave Breaker, that are a little bit more passive in nature. So it's definitely an interesting dynamic to analyze here. And I think, one that really can attribute to Anarchy Stars' success thus far, because they're matching their pace with the specials that they are bringing out. And that's so crucial to being successful in an environment such as low ink.
Yeah, for sure. It's very crucial as well. And something else I'll add on to your comment right there is, yeah, they have slower paced specials as well, but the weapons that are attached to those specials often charge them a lot slower. S-Blast is 210p. The V-Roller, I believe, is like 190, but it's attached to a roller. The leader has a 210 Wave Breaker as well, I believe. I could be getting these numbers here wrong. But my point is, those weapons are not good at painting in general here. It mainly just comes down to the splash, and if the splash clicks their special, well, who's painting for them, DRF? And I think paint is going to be so important here coming up on Clam Blitz Crab Leg Capital.
Oh, good old Clam Blitz on Crab Leg. This is really a fun map mode combo that sometimes you just need to rely on a little bit of luck of the draw, because there is those clams that can spawn literally right underneath the basket, and sometimes that can push a dying push over the edge and suddenly turn it into a knockout. So that's going to be something to look out for here as we dive on into this one. Not too many adjustments here from either team, as they are both particularly liking what they have been running so far.
Yeah, for sure. There's definitely a lot of situations where both these teams are going to be able to get one leg up over another here, but it looks like it's going to be, we'll come up with a name later here as, oh, I feel it, the leader and Crab Leg having so much dominant range control and being able to do what they need to do. It's going to be something that's going to be set up here and going to be a nuisance to deal with here.
Yes, as these teams continue to clash, Miku finds a path to the basket. Some fantastic passing of the clams around, and Miku, the last member alive. So this will be a one and done push, and we'll come with the name later. Already underneath the basket of Anarchy Stars, trying to make a play, but no! It looks like that the power clam got shut down before anything could happen. A huge stop there by the Anarchy Stars. Even though right now we're just playing power clams. I mean, we're just throwing one power clam for another. There doesn't really seem to be much follow-up for either team, but I think that's really much more of a testament to how strong these two teams are playing defense at this stage.
Yeah, for sure. Defense is really strong right here, and I think it comes down to just a lot of paint control from Anarchy Stars in particular. That roller is really struggling to move around the map right now, and they kind of have to rely on their leader to get the picks done as well. That S-Blast is also a bit struggling here as well, and this is just a very difficult way to, you can get the picks here, but can you get the map control?
Yes, that is such a good statement there. It's really just all the so important map control that is going to, I think, be the breakthrough for one of these teams, because yes, we've seen one score so far, but was it really a push? It was Miku just slipping through the cracks and able to score, and I think both teams have kind of been trying to rely on that thus far. This is the first time that I think we're kind of just seeing the four players meet at a dedicated battle line, and now it seems like it's just both teams trying to get some chip damage on each other, look for a breakthrough here with the Reef Slider, and there we go. Now we're gonna see a push, but it once again might be one and done. It looked like that push had so much potential, Neptune, but once again, just one power clam.
Yeah, for sure. It had so much potential, starting with the picks off there with the Reef Slider as well, but it seems like the other members, and we'll come back with the name later, just recognized, hey, they're going to Reef Slide, even though they'll get some picks, we're going to punish that accordingly, and we're going to move up slowly but surely. We do have two power clams online right now, but again, it's going to make it a little bit clunky to move around, as now it's going to be a bit difficult to move up when the enemy knows where you are right here. Crab Take gets invested on the high ground right here, looking for a pick. Miku going to jump out right there, not going to give them a chance at all, but now two members down, a Reef Slider from the heavens to stop this power clam from coming through. Desperation is being seen on both teams, and now it's going to be, we'll come up with the name later, scoring big with 36 remaining.
Yeah, and Morrow had gotten the bubble there, which it seemed like the power clams were a little bit slow to follow, but maybe that's exactly what they needed, because so far these pushes have been very frame one, dive in, and no matter what happens, just throw everything we have at them. And it was surprisingly now the slower approach, despite getting someone in base, in position, that actually allowed Will Come With A Name Later to get that sustained push. And a nice, lengthy pick there from the Stamper. Now we're under a minute to play Neptune, and all mayhem has broken loose once again in mid. Anarchy Stars trying to make something happen.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely see the desperation coming out, especially as the time is ticking down. Only roughly 30 seconds to work with here. We see the strikes come out here as well. I see the reef slide are going to be coming up online as well. And when push up through, I think this reef slide is going to try and get behind and get some attention. A quick jump out here. That was a delusion here, a distraction. But the roller going to shut down the ball already here. It seems like every time specials get invested right there, just we'll come up with a name later, just finds the way forward and just remains calm and stays, how do I say it, crucial to their base protection.
Overtime shall kick in here. Miku slips right by somebody, but two of their teammates go down. They're not going to be able to get a push off. And Anarchy Stars on the back foot. Half of overtime down. They need to start moving up quickly if they want to get a score off. And someone's just going to have to dive this one now. Not going to be able to do so. Stamper gets called out. The pen just runs it down mid. And this is it. Anarchy Stars finally going to drop a game for the first time today.
Yeah, for sure. Their first game lost for day 2, as well as, how do I say it? Just a name on their board being matched by, unironically, the team that is going to come up with the name later, DRF.
Oh man, there's so many names that will come with the name later. I really hope that Low Ink lets them change their name for when it gets posted on the Hall of Fame, because there's come on, y'all have done so good today. There's so many different opportunities that you could, you know, come up with names for now. You just stopped the perfect tournament so far from Anarchy Stars, or at least the perfect day 2, I should say. So please come up with a name, something.
Oh my goodness, you know what? I'm gonna cut them some slack right here. Maybe they didn't think they'd get this far, but also they're seed number 6 as well. And maybe if they do get a name to change later on or allowed that would be something that can circumvent it. But it'd be also really funny. It's like, oh hey, I won Low Ink. Wait, what team did you win it with? I won with, we'll come up with a name later. And that would just raise like several eyebrows and just cause some people in the room to just have a certain reaction. Imagine having that conversation at like Riptide or something here.
Yeah, and no one's gonna know what the heck you're talking about. That's the crazy. I think that's the thing that also drives Popgun crazy. Is like, you know, it's we talk about pickup culture and, you know, team culture all the time and whatever. You know, there's always a healthy mix of the two. But please come up with a name. No one's gonna remember this. Y'all are, you know, doing fantastic in top 3. Oh, but nonetheless, that's my rant aside on naming your team something that we will remember it as. Anarchy Stars gonna be taking us over to Rainmaker Humpback for their counter pick. And again, another tried and true classic counter pick. Something that Anarchy Stars seems to, you know, be very confident with as just a potential reset button.
Yeah, for sure. This is essentially now a best of 3 if you really look at it, but it's a best of 3 with the knowledge of what the enemy team has already showed you, right? We'll go with the name later, has literally been sticking with the weapons that they've been sticking with for the last few games that we've seen them on stream. Anarchy Stars seems to be doing the same thing as well. Booyah Sword has been very strong as well and been able to get some crucial picks as well as allow momentum right there. Something that I think makes Booyah Bomb such a strong special. I talk about this all the time in CCA staff chat, and I'm so sorry you get to hear this again, but it's kind of a Swiss Army knife of a special right there. It can stop pushes, it can start pushes, as well as extend pushes as well. So you got a lot of opportunities to work with your DRF.
No, and I fully agree, because it's a zoning tool. That's what it is at the end of the day. And, you know, it does all those things well because it is a zoning tool. You know, it is able to push people around, that's the important part. It takes up space. And you want to utilize it in a way that it takes up space where you intend to go, where you intend to make your push. So I agree. I think that, that's something to always continue to watch out for. It severely, is it underrated? Give or take that. But yeah, I feel like it's under discussed the way that Booyah Bomb is so diverse in its utilization.
Yeah, for sure. It's a very diverse Swiss Army knife, as I like to call it there. But, a Zekofin coming out here instead. I actually really
I was going to say, throw out all the talking points that we just had about the Booyah Bomb and glazing it.
Okay, let's start with Zekofin. Zekofin on Humpback has been proven time and time again to be usually picked on splat zones for Humpback here, but seeing it on Rainmaker is definitely very interesting as most teams opt for the back charger instead. So strikes are going to be something crucial here that the team can work with, already getting this first checkpoint. And is that a gal I see on? We'll come up with the name later.
It certainly is the Vanilla 52 there. Another, weapon that I'm surprised we haven't seen more of recently, especially given how it's been played in recent tournaments and events. The way that it just is so quick to splat your opponents. So that's going to be something to watch out for as well, because the 52 gal is one that you do not want to let get any free reign of the map.
Yeah, for sure. And this essentially becomes a double wall comp, essentially, for Zekofin here as well. But we also got to talk about this decaf right here, putting in the work, getting so many different picks. Zuki consistently putting out the pressure, the paint, and the bubble to allow their team to move forward right now. And going to try and make a breakaway with the Rainmaker, but it's not going to be enough, but it's positioned in a way that favors Anarchy Stars here.
And they are not going to be able to get that checkpoint, and it looked like someone might have been trying to make a move for it there, but not going to be able to find it. So we'll come with a name later, picks up the Rainmaker, going to be taking it back to the opposite elbow, turning the corner now, adding points to the board, all the way down to 36 points remaining, still in love. Getting cornered here, having to run for their lives away from the Rainmaker, somehow still alive, somehow finds the pick, finally gonna go down, but that was a massive distraction that pulled 3 numbers away, and Moro's gonna be able to sneak in and grab the Rainmaker. That is exactly why you do not let the 52 get away like that.
Oh my goodness, the 52 can get away with so much in so little time, and it's been a crucial player in allowing, we'll come back to the name later right here, this switch off S-Blast to a gun that I believe is running opening gambit here as well. They are confident in their abilities to just run it down, cause some chaos, get some picks, get some points here for their Rainmaker as well, but oh my goodness dear, it just seems like Anarchy Stars is struggling to find a way forward here.
It certainly seems like it, as now Mayhem with the Rainmaker trying to dance around. Did the roller just get a triple?
Yeah, I think that's what happened right there. 1 swing, 3 go down, and a claustrophobic area of the Humpback is going to be allowing Roller to make plays like that here as well. And that's going to be another dagger, stalling more time, and just Anarchy Stars just can't play the objective when there's so many critical guns to keep over and watching over here.
That is absolutely absurd. We'll come with a name later. They're just gonna hang out right here by the checkpoint. Finally, they get the stagger. They're gonna start moving up. The decaf able to find one. The pen able to find the Rainmaker. But Moro continues to go on a tear here. Able to find one. Gets the assist on the other. Now they just need to pop the Rainmaker. The bubble does expire though, but it's still more points on the board for Will Come With a Name Later, and they are not done yet, Neptune.
They aren't done yet. Mayhem's looking for a strike right here, but does manage to win it out right here. Gonna get cleaned up right here, but the Rainmaker is all the way in Anarchy Stars base, and they haven't even cleared the first checkpoint yet. There's gonna be a large mountain to climb, and it's gonna be done in this last minute make or break. We'll see what happens.
1 minute to go, and Anarchy Stars finally finds their way back in the mid. Moro trading out again, and I thought they were going to be able to get more, given how cluttered everybody kind of got on that elbow.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I'm watching an episode of Scooby-Doo and like hearing the villain say, I wouldn't have gotten away with it for you rotten kids right there, but it's continuously this roller getting away with highway robbery, getting so much value in picks right here. Sharking once again.
I'll do it.
No.
I'll do it. I'll do it to them. Oh. Okay, they had to peek a little bit early, but they still find the pen. This Rainmaker is on its way, but I think they're stuck on the elbow right now. They're just gonna hold. Oh, okay, there we go. That's what's happening. They decided to throw it into pit. They do not need to push this one anymore. Go ahead and just unleash everybody else on the opposition. But the Reef Slider comes in to extend the game just a little bit. Oh, but there's the wipeout.
Reef Slider doing what it does best in extending games, but it just wasn't enough time or resources. The pit is an absolute death sentence when you get a position there, and there's not much you can do. Just look at how much map control, we'll come up with a name later, has done as well. The weapon swaps, the positioning, the running away with so much of the value you got and staying alive on a coolerless comp nonetheless is exactly how you should be playing that map right there. And I hate to use this word to steal your thunder here, Dira, but masterclass? Question mark?
It certainly felt like it in the back half of that game because the two teams went back and forth early on, but we'll come with a name later, always had the advantage and they just built on it, especially approaching the halfway mark of that game where they just managed to utilize those specials to create inlets for them to, sneak into that final stretch right around the elbow and really just, again, start causing enough chaos that will come with the name later, the Anarchy Stars just wasn't able to respond to. Every single time they tried to make a push back in, they had to have their attention drawn away to something else that they had to deal with. Otherwise, it could have resulted in a knockout. So Anarchy Stars was always in a state of stopping the bleeding, and they managed to do so time and time again, but there's only so much flex tape that they could have utilized there.
Oh my goodness, do not use the word flex tape while there's CCA members in this room. We know all too well about using flex tape to make things work.
Shout out to my boy Kyon, or the commentator flex tape, as we call him in the CCA.
Oh my goodness. Shout out to Kyon as well. You are our flex tape right now, somehow holding us together. I don't know how or why, but I feel like we should make merch off that opportunity as well.
True!
You know what?
Make the Kyon flex tape happen. Kyon, you're in chat. I don't know if you are today, but we need the Kyon flex tape merch.
Oh my goodness. Flex tape aside, we do have our next map mode coming out here. Anarchy Stars choosing to go for Clam Blitz, Barnacle, and Dime here. So I can actually see the Gal persisting, actually, because this is one of the best Gal maps in my opinion, because you're just able to go down one of the lanes and quickly just not lock it out and just force the team to draw so much attention while you're on the Gal there. I think this is going to be very difficult to see whether they keep the Gal or the S-Blast DRF.
I mean, is there a bad map mode for a Gal to exist?
Eel Town.
You know what? I guess. Sure. But
okay, Melon would say otherwise, but sure.
The 52 can really thrive anywhere, but I do agree that those sneaky parts on the sides of the map is where it thrives, and it can be really difficult to gain control when going up against the 52 in those slivers of the map. So I'm going to be curious as well to see if that 52 does stick around, but let's go ahead and jump on in Neptune and take a look at the comps. I'm already immediately seeing some signature choices come back out.
Signature choices indeed here, just tried and true. The Gal is going to be sticking here along with the Zeko Fin here. Now, I think this is actually the right call here because leader can feel a little bit too slow, so speeding that up here with the Splat Charger is going to be pretty crucial as well. Both these teams are going to just be feeling each other in neutral, but what a beautiful pick from the bucket, shutting down that crab and getting this cooler. This is the time to go, DRF.
Yeah, what a fantastic read there by Miku to start off this game. It's still a stalemate in mid, as now it's going to be, we'll come with the name later, that finally gets the slight numbers advantage, slowly going to start moving up, and especially with this crab in tow, they're going to be able to start moving up as well. Astral, with 7 clams to their name, was hoping for their gal to be able to stay alive long enough for them to jump on in and get the first push off, but no. Now 2 members of their own going down. They're going to have to retreat for now. They see the, I believe that's the sticker stamper on that left Sneaky, and they're going to go ahead and push them around. But now Astral all the way back, the Re-Slider diving in, and somehow they went down to it?
Geometry, Splatoon 3. This game is very consistent. Okay.
Yeah, nonetheless, they did get the push off, so Anarchy Stars, the first ones on the board, but yeah, it's a one and done push for now.
One and done push for now. I'm going to quote my friend Rocket here and say, no lead is safe. That's just the start right here. We got 3 minutes left on the clock right now. Plenty of time for these teams to build up their specials and find a way forward right now. And I think the way that will come with a name later is struggling so much is just basically just the amount of chaos they have to deal with. They're a comp that thrives mostly off some stability as well as allowing their main weapons to play and make very strong individual plays. But right now, that's just being straight up denied at DRF.
Anarchy Stars, though, with the 3 down, but they do have to deal with Mara, who's holding the front line. They do that, plus get the score in. So it's another power clam for Anarchy Stars, but do they have the follow-up? It looks like they're going to go ahead and concede this basket for now, but they're going to hold position strong in mid. I mean, just look at how much orange paint there is. Crab coming out now for will come with a name later, and they're able to find one. The Whales allowing will come with a name later to continue to push on in, but there's just so much orange ink for them to deal with. And finally, it looks like we're back to a stalemate once again, Neptune.
Stalemate once again, but I don't think this will stick around for long as 2 members of Anarchy Star get called out, and they're not cooler here, DRF. This is an opportunity to set up your bubble and just run away with the clams and get the lead here as well. A so crucial pick. A roller gets another one here, and we have a crab tank on top to create even more chaos. There is no cooler. There is no clams here in Bossing Say, as they just keep going here, DRF.
Yeah, and it looks like the clam spawns finally ran out for them. There was actually quite a bit in mid. I could see about 12 clams in mid, but they were really focused on trying to hold the front lines, and the folks that were coming back from spawn weren't able to get there in time. But nonetheless, 36 points remaining, a good spot to be in at this stage of the game, because now it's going to take at least a couple power clams for Anarchy Stars to respond, and with only about 80 seconds to do so, that's not a whole lot of time for them to get a series of pushes off. They're going to have to really find one good push and maybe an overtime push if that's needed as well.
And it all starts with that roof slider and 2 members going down right here. And this is the opportunity that I think Anarchy Stars can really play with right here. They got the crab out. It's just strikes really left out from them here as well. But it seems like they're managing to hold their line really well right now. And Anarchy Stars, even though they're getting the picks in the space, are struggling to find the picks necessary to secure themselves a push right here.
Couple specials going to be online for both teams. This should be a big team fight coming in here. It's going to be kicked off by the Whales. The Whales not able to find anything there, but it's going to be 2 down on the side of will come with a name later. 30 seconds to play. Zuki able to pass that power clam over to their teammates. They're going to be looking for an entry here. All 4 members of Anarchy Stars up and able to dive this basket, but no, 2 of them get shut down. The third's going to go down as well. Zuki's going to have to throw this 3-up straight down. Not able to find anything. That's a delayed wipe, and that's going to be disaster for Anarchy Stars. We'll come with a name later on the cusp here of winning this game, winning this set, and now they're searching for these final picks to completely shut out Anarchy Stars and book their ticket to Grands. The bubble plus the curling bomb, trying to set up a jump, able to find a power clam, doing just that, and this one should be done. That's a wipeout, Neptune.
Oh my goodness, just playing that last minute right there was just Absolutely crucial. We'll come up with the name later. Let Anarchy Stars click their specials. They walked back a little bit forward and just being able to punish them accordingly and get a wipeout in the last second right there and score and just to nail their ticket and 2 grand finals on winner's side right there. And felt like this game mimicked Crab Leg Clam Blitz in quite a ways where Anarchy Stars were always very focused on holding the space that they held. And instead of that, we'll come up with the name later, looking for explosive pushes and opportunities to extend their advantage state as much as possible to just get ginormous leads that Anarchy Stars just simply just did not have the time to respond to.